tostadas are delicious, crunchy, and a perfect treat for any occasion. They're made with a tortilla that is either fried or toasted and then topped with anything from beans, cheese, chicken or beef, or any other veggie. Whether you're in the mood for something spicy or cheesy, there's a tostada out there for you. Tostadas are incredibly easy to make, and they're great for that really quick dinner that you want, and you want something somewhat healthy to give your family. This is the recipe for you. You can either fry your tortillas. You know, I like to use corn. I don't like to use flour. You can actually pick your tortillas up from any grocery store. You can just heat your frying pan, you add some oil, and you cook your tortilla, and you want them to get a little bit of brown and toasty, and then you want to take them out and you want to set them aside and let kind of some of the oil drip off. And tostadas are so versatile. They go with anything, any side dish. And as I've already prepared a wonderful side dish of Mexican rice. I did that ahead of time, but I'll actually show you the steps on how I made it. It's really simple. Super simple. Anybody can make Mexican rice. So what I've decided to pair these tostadas with is a beer. Of course, you can do a lager, you can do a margarita, you can do mezcal, you can do agua frescas, even a Sauvignon Blanc or a dry rosé. But today it's so casual in my house, I'm going to stick to a Modelo. We're going to do ice cold Modelo beers to go with this wonderful Mexican tostada meal. So stay tuned and you'll see how I put all this together. So for the ingredients, what we need to use is I have a rotisserie chicken, which I will shred into fine shredded meat. I'll take the bones out, I'll take the skin off, and I'll end up with a wonderful bowl of shredded chicken. I have refried beans, which is the foundation and it's the base that you want to overlay on top of your toasted tortilla. And then I also have a wonderful pico de gallo, which you can actually add to the top. I have some avocados, I have some tomatoes, and I have some lettuce I'm going to dice up really fine, and I have some delicious cilantro. I just love the smell of this. And I have more tortillas. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get cooking. So I'm making my Mexican rice, and as you can see, I put about 2 tablespoons of oil in my pan. I've added 2 cups of long grain rice, and I'm getting this cooked, and you want to smell kind of like a nice toasty, almost like a popcorny smell. And that's when you know it's time to add the rest of your items. So I'm going to go ahead and next add my tomato sauce, which is approximately 8 ounces. It's time, because I can smell that delicious toasty smell. So I'm going to turn my flame down just a little bit. It's a little too high. And mix in my tomato sauce with my toasty rice. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in about a teaspoon of, I like to add a little bit of chicken bouillon. A little bit of that, and then I also like to add a couple of sprinkles of cumin. Do that, get a little cumin, it makes everything taste good. It adds the español to the español. Love the taste of cumin in my rice. It just adds that wonderful touch. It gives it that authentic taste. So good. So good. So now I've got all my seasonings mixed in, and I'm going to now pour in approximately 3 cups of water. Here we go. Okay, and now I'm going to stir this up just a little bit here. Get this mixed well, get my sides, get all the little bits off the side of my pan. Got all those wonderful spices. I have the bouillon in there, the chicken, the cumin, tomato sauce. And now I'm going to just take my lid and I'm going to put it over the top and let it go for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to let it get I'm going to keep it on a medium heat. And I'm going to let it go, and I'll come check back in about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Okay, I have my chicken done, shredded. And I actually did 2 rotisserie chickens because I don't know about you, but I have a family of 5. And so everybody can eat quite a bit of chicken, and I can actually save this for tomorrow. So whatever we don't use, we can actually create maybe some taquitos tomorrow. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut up some of my cilantro. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this ever so finely. You just want a little bit. Some people like cilantro, some people don't. So I like to add this as an option. My kids don't like it. My husband likes it. I like it. One of my older sons really likes it. So it's hit or miss. Either you like it or you don't. So I got that done, and I'm going to go ahead and cut up a little bit of these tomatoes here. And I'm just going to go ahead and create some little tiny pieces. And what's nice about, these tostadas is you can actually leave your pieces. You don't have to chop your tomatoes super fine. You can leave them chunky. You can make them small. It's kind of pretty much up to you how small, or even if you want tomatoes on it. So I got a little bit of tomato there. And next I'm going to go ahead and give myself some lettuce. And let's go ahead and throw that over there. I'm going to cut off these ends right here. They're a little bitter. I don't really care for that. And so I'm going to go ahead and dice up some of this lettuce. And again, these are all wonderful toppings. You choose what you want. Some people don't even want vegetables. That's fine. For me, I don't get enough vegetables in my diet on the regularly, so when I have a chance to add some into my diet, I'm going for it. Okay, so got this chopped up. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and make some refried beans over the stove top. So I will get that going and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my beans here. I'm gonna go ahead and open these, and I love this particular brand. It's Amy's Organic Refried Beans. They're so delicious. I'm going to go ahead and get a spatula and scoop these into here. And again, some people, like my kids, they prefer their tostadas without beans. My husband doesn't even like the beans on his tostadas. But my older sons love refried beans. So I've got my refried beans in my pan, and I'm going to go ahead and warm these on low. And so I'll have them kind of on a low simmer, and so I can finish up making my tortillas next. And I'll show you exactly how I do that. Okay, I can see kind of a shimmery mirage appearance that my oil's giving. So I think it's almost there, and it's almost time to drop a tortilla into the oil. And I love the king size tortillas because just one of these is super filling. Sometimes I can eat 2 if I'm really hungry, but most of the time 1 is enough. But that's completely up to you, and that's completely up to your appetite. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully, you always want to carefully put things into oil. You never want to drop them in because you don't want to get a splatter on you. So you can drop them in. And I love this king size tortilla. Here goes the tortilla. And I'm going to go ahead and use tongs because it's safe. And you see it, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it's sizzling. Let me give you a close-up of the sizzly goodness of this tortilla. So let's give this a little flip. And I can actually add another one in. I like to do 2 at a time. Do what's easy for you, but 2 is manageable for me. Beans are getting to be piping hot, looking good. Tortillas are cooking. We're toasting these little guys. Can I tell you a secret? I don't like to use vegetable oil. Highly inflammatory, I know. But I use avocado oil, and I use extra virgin olive oil, even when I'm doing stuff like this. I know that sounds kind of a little too much, but You know, where I can have a little bit better health, I try. It's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. Good. And when you know it's ready, it feels a little firm. It's not as flimsy, and you actually have a little brown. The edges of your tortilla going all the way around start browning. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one out, and I have my little drip tray here thingy, and I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. So once these finish dripping, there's some oil, not too much, but there's going to be some oil drips. I'll go ahead and assemble this tostada, and you will see how amazingly delicious this is. Okay, so now I have everything ready to assemble. I have my tortilla. It's wonderful. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab my beans. So let me detach. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my beans, and what you need to do first is you get a little dollop, and I like to say this acts as a glue. You can put as little and as much as you'd like, and you go ahead and give this a nice little spread, just like so. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. Spread it evenly so you have beans in every bite. I like mine lightly spread. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of my shredded chicken that I shredded, and I like to put this on here like it's glue, so the beans will actually hold your meat on the tostada because it's kind of sticky, right? Love chicken. I haven't had lunch today, and I had a little bit of breakfast, and I'm really hungry. So next I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of cilantro, just a little bit of cilantro, and I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 tomatoes, and I'm going to add a little bit of pico de gallo just to the top, just like so. And I'm going to add next a little bit of cheese to the top, and I'm going to put just a little dollop of, oops, it rolled down the hill. A little dollop of avocado guacamole, and 1 pinch of sour cream. Like, there you go. Tostada done. Final product, easy peasy. And what I'm gonna have it with is a Modelo. Why not? It's a light, it's crisp, it's refreshing, and this is gonna be what I'm gonna pair my tostada with today. Once again, here's to tasting beer.